people? So today I am going to show you guys how I bench press. I'm going to show you guys my full setup, all my techniques and everything like that. So let's get into it. So the first thing I'm going to show you guys is my hand placement, because that's the first thing I try to figure out when I approach the bar. The first thing is how I should grip the bar. For a beginner, you want to grip the bar at a width that when you're at the bottom of the range of motion, you want your wrist and elbows to be aligned straight to the ceiling. So in other words, at the bottom of the range of motion, you want your form to be perpendicular to the floor. So that's for that. And in terms of where the bar sits in your hand, you want the bar, I'm going to show you. So most of the people, they're gonna have the bar high in their hand, and what that does is you're gonna have more chance to have a cocked wrist, okay, when you bench press, when the bar is high in your hand, okay. You want the bar to sit low in your hand and in the angle. You want the bar pretty much to sit on that cushion right there, okay. And yeah, that's where you want the bar to sit. So like you guys can see, this is a powerlifting bar, power bar. Most commercial gym will not have a power bar. Most commercial gym will have like a generic bar. So I gauge myself on a powerlifting bar. I gauge myself by putting my pinky on the ring, and this is pretty much where my form is going to be perpendicular to the floor when I'm going to be at the bottom of the rep. Alright, so pinky on the ring. For a generic bar, what I do is I'm going to place the tip of my thumb on the ring, which is going to be right here, right around here. So yeah, they're going to be pretty much closer to each other, okay. And what I do is, like I said, I'm going to place the tip of my thumb on the ring, and wherever my hand's going to end up being, this is where I'm going to place my hand, and I'm just going to pretty much move my thumb and grip the bar. And this is how I pretty much gauge myself when I'm at my gym and stuff. So yeah, just so you guys know. Okay, so now you guys know how I pretty much gauge myself to figure out my hand placement. I'm going to show you guys how it looks. When I'm going to grab the bar, I'm pretty much going to point my fingers to each other, because I want that bar to sit low in my hand on that mini part, like I said. So I want my hands to be on that angle. So just so you guys know, because it's a power bar, pinky on the rings, alright, place the bar low, I turn my fingers to each other, and then I just kind of like dig a little bit deeper, and when I feel like my grip is solid, I grab the bar, and then from there, I will, externally rotate my shoulders, my elbows, okay. I'll pretty much tuck my elbows to create some torque, and I'll set up myself. I'll explain that later. So like you guys can see, at the bottom of the rep, if you pause the video, my forearm are pretty much perpendicular to the floor. So this is pretty much how I do it, man. This is my grip. This is what I suggest beginners to begin with, and that's that. Alright, so right after I set my grip, what I'm going to do is I am going to set my back. So I'm going to depress my shoulders first, and then from there I'm just going to rise my chest, okay? And that's going to pretty much put my shoulders together, okay? Retract my shoulders. And what you want to do is pretty much depress your shoulders as much as possible while retracting them, okay? And from there, you're going to be really tight. It shouldn't feel like a hug, okay? It's going to feel like you're going to build up a lot of pressure, okay, by doing this. So it's going to feel a little bit, you might feel like your head's about to explode, so. And from there, there's going to be your base to bench off from, okay? So by, keeping your back tight, you're going to be a lot more stable here on the bench press. So this is the second thing I do. Alright, so I'm going to show you guys how it looks. I'm pretty much going to depress my shoulders, raise my chest, retract my shoulders. And I'm going to put my feet on the bench, and I'm going to rise my butt, rise myself, and put all the weight on my traps, okay? and I'm gonna set myself, and then I'm gonna put my butt back on the bench. But while I do that, I'm gonna try to maintain all the weights on my traps. Okay, so you guys will see. Yeah. All right. First of all, the grip. Pinky on the ring. Lower my hands. All right. Here we go. I'm gonna rise my butt. I'm gonna rise myself on my trap. All the weights are on my traps right now. Shoulders are retracted. Press. And I'm gonna pretty much bring my feet on the floor, whatever it feels good. And from there, I am going to pretty much push my back into the bench. Okay, like this, boom. I'm not gonna press the weight to unrack. I'm gonna press my back into the bench to unrack the weight. That's gonna make sure everything stays tight. And from there, I'm gonna pretty much, when I'm gonna descend the bar, I am gonna try to row the bar. Okay, I'm gonna try to reach my chest to the bar, pretty much. Like that. So this is pretty much, so you guys saw how I pretty much set my back up. And you guys remember when I mentioned that you want to keep all the weight on your traps? Well, now I'm going to talk about my lower body, okay? So my lower body is going to pretty much help me create some force that's going to be used to pretty much push my back into the bench, okay? So you remember when I said that you want to row the weight on the way down, and you want to pretty much press your back into the bench on the way up? Like you want to, physically, push your back into the bench. So like this, boom. So you want that motion, okay? You don't want to solely press with your arms, okay? When you bench press, you want to use your bench, for your advantage. So I'm gonna show you guys what I mean, but pretty much I'm gonna use my legs, and I'm gonna press, into the floor, and that's gonna help me just press with my back a little bit more. Okay, so I'm gonna show you. So, same thing. I'm not gonna explain all of this because you guys know. Alright, so from there, all the weight are on my traps, and I'm going to rack the weight. So with my legs, I'm going to think about pressing myself that way, okay? So, and that is going to help me to press my back into the bench that way, okay? So, I'm going to create some force that way to help me press into the pad. Okay, so boom. So I was able to press harder. So I really don't know how to explain it in a better way, but I think you guys understand. I'm gonna press my leg like if I was doing like a leg extension, like if I was kicking, and I am going to my like right now I have the bar and all, but my goal with my legs is to push my body that way, okay, to create some force that way, so that force that goes that way, I can use it to press my back that way, come into the bench. Okay, you want to. It's really hard to explain because it's like visually you can't really see it, but I'm literally trying, go through the bench that way. It's hard to explain. And that force that I create that way is gonna curve that way and is gonna help me, okay? So this is pretty much the best way I can explain it. And the more force you can push that way, the more force you're gonna be able to push that way, the more you're gonna be able to move that way, okay? Because it's like the same thing as jumping. What do you do to jump? Press the floor. Okay, you press the floor. So, you know, the harder you can press the floor, the higher you're gonna go that way too. It's the same thing. You want to press that way, but you will need to press that way. You will need to boom. You see what I'm saying? So this is the best way I can describe it. So you're gonna use your legs. You're gonna push that way with your legs. So there's going to be force that way, and you're gonna use it to press that way. Okay, and that's gonna make you move more weights that way. So this is pretty much the best way I can explain it. I mean, this is pretty much how I bench press. I squeeze my back at all time. Through the whole set, and I pretty much just utilize that force for my advantage. What's good, guys? So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Today I've showed you guys my bench press. I hope you guys did find this video helpful and stuff. If you did, a like, a comment, a share would be highly appreciated. And that's all I have to say for you guys. Go check some watch. The link's in the bio. You already know the code, Nathaniel P25. You're gonna support me. You're gonna save some money. Alright, I'm done with it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Let's get it.